How do you like to spend your free time? Are you the energetic sort who likes to get out and about? Or are you someone who prefers to spend their time in front of the television? In the studio, I have with me 5 young people who all have very different ideas. The first of these is Graham, 15, who is a pupil in his 5th year at Bartlemas Secondary School. Graham.
Well, at school we play a lot of sports like football, tennis and rugby, which I don't like very much. So I prefer to do something a bit different in my own time. A few years ago, I took up cycling with a local club. I'm quite good at it and I've got a lot of energy, so I'm often chosen to take part in competitions and races. I usually do quite well. I've even won a few medals. I think that the best thing about cycling is that you get to pass through areas around your town that you might not normally visit, the countryside and so on. And of course you get lots of fresh air as well.
That's great. Thanks, Graham. Next is Charlotte, also 15, from the Haven School. Charlotte.
I'm not really an outdoor sort of person, but I need to get out of the house at the weekend, or Mum and Dad just make me help with the housework, and I really don't like making the beds or washing the car. I'm not lazy, it's just that I find these things really boring. Anyway, if I have time to myself, I go walking. Not long-distance mountain hiking or anything like that, but a gentle half-hour stroll around our local park. It's relaxing and I get some fresh air.
Thank you, Charlotte. Tim is 18 and recently finished his school A-level exams. Tim.
I've decided to take a year off before going to university, and next month I'm going to Australia for 6 months. Until then, I'm taking things easy with my friends. We sit around at home, put some music on, talk, have a laugh, chill out, watch television, you know. Sometimes we go out to a local restaurant, although I try not to do this too often, as I'm going to need every penny for my trip to Australia. Anyway, it's good to be able to relax a bit after spending weeks worrying about exams and so on.
Tim's elder sister Maggie is 21, and next year she'll be taking her university finals. So does she find the time to relax? Let's ask her. Maggie.
Well, unlike Tim, I can't afford to sit around much. But despite all the revision I have to do, I still like to get out and about whenever I can. I'm not a couch potato like Tim, so I leave the television and the music to him. There's a fitness club which is about 10 minutes by bicycle from our house, so I spend a bit of time there every day. I'm not very good at ball games like tennis or squash, so I do other things. There's a pool there, for example, and I usually do a few lengths a couple of times each week.
Finally, Richard, 23, who left university last year and now works for his father's motorcycle sales company. Richard.
The people who come to my father's shop to buy motorbikes are nice enough, but they seem to think that because I work for a company that sells motorbikes, I must be interested in them. However, I just can't get excited about them at all. These people go on about accelerators, horsepower and other such trivialities, and I find it all a bit sad and boring. Give me a cup of tea and a good novel any day, and I'm perfectly happy. I also like biographies. In fact, I've just started reading one now about, what's her name? That woman who sailed to Australia on her own.
Well, there we have it. 5 different people, 5 different ways in which each of them has their own...